Igor, here's your P45, get your coat and fuck off. That's what the conversation should be between the Tottenham hierarchy and Igor Tudor tonight. Sack this man. Sack him. He hasn't got a clue what he's doing. The players hate him. He's playing the wrong system. He hasn't learnt from day one. It was his decision to put that goalkeeper in goal. You know, we know that Vicario's bad, but to throw that young kid in a game like that, away at Atletico, in a stadium like that, in a game that doesn't really matter in the context of our season now, it's absolutely criminal. You've killed the boy. Don't get me wrong, the mistakes were apps. I've never seen anything like it. The mistakes are unbelievable. He's got the wrong boots on, hasn't he? I mean, my nephew plays for an under-8s team, right? And their little goalkeeper, Ralph, he wouldn't have made those mistakes, especially not the second one. But anyway, it's Tudor. That boy should not have been in goal. The game didn't matter. He puts the wrong side out again, the wrong formation. He's demonstrated in his 4 games in charge that he's got no idea where the threat of any of the opposition comes from. It's apparent in his team setup. The team can't play that formation. He's got square pegs in round holes all over the place. He says bizarre things in press conferences. He's had 4 games in charge. We've conceded, 4, 2, 3, 9. We conceded 14 goals. 14 goals in 4 games. You're supposed to get the new manager bounce. This guy has got to be sacked tonight. It's unbelievable. You know what? Don't let those 2 goals that we scored fool you either. Atletico weren't even that good. Yes, they were good going forward. Yes, they got some nice fancy play and a couple of unbelievable players. But they were giving us the ball all night. They were giving it to us all night. The goalkeeper gave us at least 4 or 5 loose passes straight into the midfield. You know, their wide players were playing balls inside, square passes across the midfield, putting us in on goal. And we only managed to score 2. If we had anything about us, we would have done them tonight. I mean, it's lucky we weren't playing Bayern or Real Madrid or someone like that. They would have absolutely pumped us. Atletico, they're not even that good. Fucking unbelievable. I made a video a couple of days ago about the game, previewing the game, saying where the threat would come from. Griezmann and Alvarez, they float around, they disrupt the defence, they move around. And he goes and plays 3 at the back, 2 wing-backs, 2 men in midfield. No one knows what they're doing. Griezmann absolutely running the show. 34 years old, absolutely running it. Probably made him look like fucking Maradona. Jesus Christ. If we don't sack this manager, let me tell you, we're 100% getting relegated. Like it's not even, there's not even any discussion about it anymore. You know, he keeps playing Pap Sarr in the midfield. I've said it from day one, the minute he made his debut. He's a 1,500 metre runner in a football shirt. Honestly, he's a centre midfield player, right? At the top level of English football. He can't use his left foot and he can't trap a bag of cement. He can't pass. All he can do is run. What is he doing anywhere near the first team? Van de Ven could have been sent off in the first half, lost his head again. Flew into a mad tackle. Got away with one. It's absolutely unbelievable. You know, Tudor pushed Pedro Porro higher and left Kevin Danzo isolated with Lookman. You know what I mean? He was fucking spreading him on toast. Sending him for an hot dog every time he got the ball. Honestly, this guy, I can't believe that this man, who had a career like he did as a player, a proper Juventus team, and was managed by Marcello Lippi, was managed by Carlo Ancelotti. How can this guy be this bad? Has he not taken anything from those guys? He doesn't understand football. I'm sorry to say it. During the late 90s and the early 2000s, when I was watching that Juventus team, every single one of them, I had nothing but admiration for them. They were like the best team probably in the world for a couple of years. They were incredible. You know, Tudor was never one of the stars of that team, but he was a big part of the team. He was the enforcer. You know, he played centre-half sometimes as well, but honestly, my respect for the man has gone. How can... Listen, we know he doesn't know the Premier League. We know he doesn't know our own players, right? So straight away, you're onto a losing thing. But surely, he's had a month with them now. Surely he understands football. Surely he understands football. Even the substitutions in the second half, when he brought Gallagher on and basically stuck him on the right again. What is this man doing? Not acknowledging any of the players when they're coming off. I mean, I don't expect him to give them a hug and a kiss because none of them have been that great recently, have they? But just acknowledge them. Give them a pat on the back. We don't need this headmaster. Get off. They walk straight past him. We don't even acknowledge him. Took the keeper off after 16 minutes. Let the kid walk straight past him. Didn't even look at him. Put your arm around him. Tell him he's had a bad one and it'll come back from it. We might never see him again. There's nothing more left to say. He's got to be sacked tonight. He's got to be sacked tonight. And we've got to get someone, we've got to get a club man in, whether it be Glenn Hoddle or Tim Sherwood or Ryan Mason, probably one of those three. Harry's at Cheltenham all week. I want Harry Redknapp. But let's face it, he's not going to do it. Why would he? He don't need that at his age, do you know what I mean? But he's at Cheltenham till Friday, right? He's got horses running there, so he can't come in. Your best bet, in my opinion, it's got to be Tim Sherwood. Get him in. He's been in the media, he's been on Sky, showing them exactly what he'd do to that team and exactly what he'd say to them. That's what we need. We need a club man in there. Because if we keep this man, Igor Tudor, we won't win one more game this season and we're going down. And that is a disaster. Anyway, this tie's over. We knew we weren't going to progress in the Champions League. But we wanted to see a performance. We had to see something. As long as we showed a bit of fight, as long as we were competitive, could have built some confidence, built some momentum. We've just taken another absolute spanking. And look, the players are not blameless, but they're being thrown to the wolves by this guy. They're being thrown to the wolves by him. It has to end tonight. P45, get your coat, out the door, fuck off.